morning to everyone watching from cities around the world tonight as we join together to celebrate the annual Stand With Us Festival of Lights Gala virtual style. And it's the fourth night of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Yeah. I'm Elon Gold. I'm also known as the Jewish Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, that was my opening joke. And, you know, normally we do this Festival of Lights at the Beverly Hilton with over 1,000 in attendance. There's just so much energy in the room and laughter. But tonight, this is my audience. That's right. That's right. That's it. Like, you know what? If I could make them laugh, then I will officially be the greatest comedian that ever lived. We will be checking back in with them to see. There's also a couple other people, all tested. We're good. I think they tested the mannequins, by the way. Yeah. If I could even get a smile out of the blonde one, that would truly be a Hanukkah miracle. So we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, and we're going to have an amazing, entertaining, and inspiring show for you tonight. We're going to make the best of this very difficult and painful time for all. It's been tough, you know, lots to complain about. And you know me, I don't mean to complain, but this was a virus that was supposed to last 1 month and unfortunately lasted 8. It started on Purim, and then, you know, everyone thought it'd be over by Pesach. You remember Pesach? We had the Zoom Seders. Yeah. The only Seder where you not only break the matzah, you break Yontif. And then we thought, okay, fine. So it's Pesach. Maybe it'll be over by Shavuos, right? And then on Shavuos, we were like, well, I guess Yom Kippur's canceled, huh? I guess we're never doing any of this ever again. The truth is, I was in a backyard on Yom Kippur. It was a beautiful service, and I was there for 2 hours, home before noon, took a 5-hour nap. By the end of Yom Kippur, I thought to myself, maybe they don't need to rush this vaccine out just yet. You know what I mean? Maybe give it another 12 months, get one more of these Yom Kippurs in. I'm kidding, of course. Thank God the vaccine is on the way, because this has not been a fun time. And the whole world is dealing with this. And, you know, most people are not handling these COVID restrictions very well, except me. You know, I'm okay with them because I grew up Jewish and therefore am well-versed in restrictions. Okay? Judaism is beautiful. I couldn't be a more proud Jew, but we have more restrictions, rules, laws than anybody. So we're used to this. You know, the rest of the world, they can't deal. They won't stop kvetching about all this. And I just want to say to them, you call these restrictions? Try not being allowed to mix wool and linen. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. And you can't just be like, well, where's the science? No, no, no. So it shall be written, so it shall be done, you know? You can't walk into a Macy's, want to buy a suit, like just adopt the don't ask, don't tell policy. Right? No, yeah, it's none of my business what, you know, it's none of my business what these threads are mixing and who they're mixing with. No, you got to do it. These are restrictions, okay? But the world, they can't handle these kind of restrictions, right? Everyone out there is like, oh my God, we gotta stay 6 feet apart. Oh, you think that's tough? Try waiting 6 hours after eating meat before you can enjoy a cookie, okay? And I'm talking about, like, you know, one of those like buttery, delicious cookies with the dairy chocolate. I'm not talking about that Pareve crap. Everyone's complaining. They don't stop complaining. Oh, we have to quarantine for 14 days. You ever hear of the 3 weeks smack in the middle of the summer where for like 9 days you got to be miserable and mourning and you can't swim or barbecue? Hey, could you eat meat, drink wine, and take a dip in the pool? Yeah, that's all we do. Well, then shut your mouth, okay? Because we're used to these restrictions. We are, and by the way, for us, going from Judaism's restrictions to COVID restrictions, it's just an adjustment. Just a small adjustment to go from Judaism to COVID, right? It's just like, must have 10 or more, can't have 10 or more. Oh, okay. So, for a minyan, it's at least, and for COVID, it's at most. All right, got it. But we agree on 10, right? It's a round number. We've had 10 for a while now, so let's stick with 10. All right, we just have to go from must to can't. Got it. What else? Oh, must cover your head, must cover your face. Oh, that's not I could just bring this down to here, and then maybe when I'm eating back up, because, you know, that's another restriction. You got to eat, cover your head. We're good with head coverings, whatever you want. Must wash. You got to keep washing. Don't stop washing. Hey, put that sandwich down and go wash. Are you kidding me? My people have been washing before sandwiches for thousands of years. We're good with this washing. There's certain animals you are restricted from eating. Hello, welcome to my life, okay? You really think I don't want to enjoy the all-you-can-eat shrimp buffet at Red Lobster? No, but there are certain animals you just can't eat. And now bats are trafe to everyone. Yeah, it's about bat time that they met. You know, we've had bats on our list, by the way, forever. So, and let me just say this. You won't find anything glad kosher at the wet market, all right? So we got this, don't eat certain animals. Shabbos starts 7:01. Lockdown curfew starts 10:01. Okay, so if we're in an outdoor restaurant, 10 o'clock at 10:01, are we going to get fined? Oh, my God, fined, stoned to death, maybe 40 lashes. Yeah, you just better get out of there. Because in Judaism, we're used to, little leeways, like, maybe we could have a grace period, like an 18-minute, maybe COVID starts at 10:18. No, just get out of there. It's all about musts and can'ts, right? Must smell the besumim. If you have COVID, can't smell the besumim. And now the whole world is Jewish. They finally know what it's like to be us. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our world of obligations and restrictions. Musts, can'ts, do's, don'ts, positive commandments, negative commandments. Thou shalt not. Mitzvahs, averas. Better be happy, gotta be miserable. Stuff your face, don't even brush your teeth. That's our life. So stop whining, okay? Stop your whining. If you think COVID restrictions are tough, try being born and 8 days later they cut off you know what I'm talking about, okay? You know what I'm talking about. COVID restrictions. I don't have a foreskin, okay, people? So quit your whining and let's just all put on our masks, okay? It's the least we could do. Everybody, just please shut your mouth. Thank you. It's a shut your mouth mask. All right, well, there you have it. We're going to get started. I'm going to be back for more comedy. If you really want comedy, just follow me on Instagram. But this is an important show. This is more than just about jokes. The work that Stand With Us does is just incredible. I'm so glad you're all here joining us. On behalf of Stand With Us, I'd like to thank our incredible hosts, the two couples that always make this important and inspiring evening possible. Ellie and Bruce Letterman and Debbie and Nati Seidoff. Love those guys. Thank you, everybody. So how's everybody doing so far? We're having a good time? All right, good. We hope, you're finding creative ways to stay healthy and safe during this pandemic while still trying to enjoy life, like we're doing right here, right now. And tonight, we have people of all ages, all faiths, and from all political persuasions. That's right. Joining us here tonight, we've got everybody. Stand With Us is nonpartisan. Very important that you should know this. Nonpartisan, always has been, which, it's important because Israel brings us all together. And the fight against anti-Semitism, the fight against hate, it should be important to all people of good faith. So we welcome each and every one of you here. Tonight is about helping Stand With Us. And at any time, you can make a donation. Why not? What are you doing right now exactly? What are you so busy with? Make a donation. Our phones are open. Call us. Large or small donations. Every dollar helps us accomplish the Stand With Us mission of supporting Israel and fighting anti-Semitism. Couldn't think of two more important causes. Call us. The number's on your screen. It is 424-320-3024. It's right there, right? Look at that. It's right there. We're going to have so much fun together tonight. Trust me, we're going to be laughing. You're going to be inspired. Tonight, Jay Leno, the TV icon, Jay Leno will be joining us. Yes, and we'll be visiting him in his world-famous garage. Speaking of which, there's a very cool car in our auction tonight. Check this out. Here's a picture. Look at this. This is, look at that. This is a rare yellow, I had to say yellow. They could see it. It's a limited edition 2002 Plymouth Prowler in pristine condition with only 9,600 miles on it. Check out the auction because this will close this coming Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time sharp. So be sure to check out this. There are other amazing items, including paintings by the world-famous Solomon Souza. He's the same artist who painted, and I've seen these live in the Shuk in Jerusalem. These are incredible paintings. He's a world-famous artist. You can get these paintings, all sorts of, we have a variety of luxury vacations, sports events, music, when it happens again, Hollywood memorabilia, handbags, jewelry, and more. What a great auction this is. So just check it out because it will help Stand With Us. And you get some fun stuff, like a cool yellow car. So, by the way, the car should come with one of the mannequins, so you can drive through the lane with the, what is it called, that lane? So find the link below on this screen. Go there now. Go after the show. You can go during the show, take a break, whatever you want. Stick with us, but please, please donate. Call us and help. Stand with us. And now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming a wonderful and very talented 9-year-old singer to open our special show tonight by leading us in Hatikva. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eden Kontez. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you, Eden. And now, from the comfort of your own homes, and after 8 months, I hope by now you're comfortable at home, let's welcome in the 4th night of Hanukkah together. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Baruch atah Adoshem Eloheinu melech haolam אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדושם אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם ובזמן הזה. Happy Hanukkah to everyone!
Wow, thank you all. And yes, happy Hanukkah to each and every one of you. So we're going to be going and bringing Eden back at the end of the show tonight with a beautiful song written by Diane Warren called I'm Standing With You. And she will be backed by, this is going to be incredible, 100-piece orchestra. You will not want to miss this, so stick around. This year, Stand With Us is 19 years old, which is what, like 2 years older than I am. No, it's incredible. 19 years. It's just so amazing that this relatively young organization is working on 5 continents in effective and cutting-edge ways while reaching millions each month on social media. Special thanks to Stand With Us president and co-founder Esther Renzer. There she is, the lovely Esther Renzer, and the remarkable Stand With Us National Board of Directors, and all our other local board members and volunteers across the U.S. and in other countries. And, of course, our executives and co-founders, Jerry Rothstein, and I call her a force, the force of nature, Roz Rothstein. And, you know, this is amazing. This incredible international Stand With Us staff, all just doing so much incredible work. And the students, we can't forget the students. So thank you for another amazing year of tremendous work and growth and effective results, even in these extremely challenging times. So we are here tonight to celebrate the many achievements of Stand With Us. And I'm literally supposed to be in Israel right now, because last year I did a stand-up tour in Israel, 5 shows, 1,000-seat theaters, sold out, not important. But now I couldn't be there, and it's so upsetting to me. I never thought in my lifetime I would see Israel and Disneyland closed. And by the way, I'm not comparing, the Holy Land to the Disneyland. Although there are some similarities, think about it, holiest place on earth, happiest place on earth. In both places, I'm always super happy and really excited, but also exhausted and dehydrated, sunstroke. I just want to get back to the hotel and lie down, right? My kids are pulling me in every direction like, Dad, I want to go here. No, Dad, let's see this. And in either places, you can't walk 3 feet without someone trying to sell you something. You know what I mean? And I'm always like, no, I don't want a turkey leg or a Hamsa necklace. What do you mean you don't want Hamsa necklace? You don't want this? No, I don't. You want bracelet? I'll give you a Hamsa bracelet. No, I don't want that either. How about the anklet? You have ankles? Yes, I have ankles. How many ankles do you have? I have two. Is this a trick question? Okay, I give you 2 for 1. Okay, I give you 2 for 1. You take Hamsa anklets. I don't want a hand hanging over my feet. It would just look weird. You want foot Hamsa? I'll give you foot Hamsa. It's like hand, but like this. You want this or this? What do you want? This? It's true. If you think about it, it is amazing that Disneyland has a lot of similarities to our homeland. Think about it. They have Mickey and Minnie. We have Bibi and Benny, right? They have It's a Small World. We have It's a Small Country. It's tiny. It's the size of New Jersey. What you talking? They have Space Mountain. We have no space on the Temple Mountain. That just bothers me. They have Tomorrowland. We have Tel Aviv, the city of tomorrow. It is all the future. It is tomorrow. You get there on Wednesday. It feels like Thursday because it's tomorrow. It's not today. It's tomorrow. And it's true. Tel Aviv is an amazing, beautiful, high-tech city. And yet sometimes I drive around the neighborhoods and I look, some of those buildings look like they were built by the Canaanites. I mean, they need are they up to code? They need a little sprucing up, maybe a paint job. You know what I'm saying? I never thought the city of tomorrow would have clotheslines just hanging from building to building. It's like, come on, high tech. How about a dryer? You know what I mean? Startup nation, let's start up a dryer or two, or maybe invent like an app. You guys invented Waze, maybe Dryz, D-R-Y-Z. You just take your phone and put it on your clothes like zzz. What? I'm drying. I'm drying my clothing. Please leave me alone. I'm drying. I'm on Dryz. Yes, I'm on Dryz. But seriously, I want to remind you that the phone lines are open. Have you called yet? Here's the number again, just in case you lost it. 424-320-3024. It's right there. It's always there. Please call. Please donate. It's on the screen just below me here. So Stand With Us has become a household name around the world for anyone interested in inspiring love and support for Israel and fighting against anti-Semitism. Let's learn a little bit more about the great work of this incredible organization.
You feel the connection deeply. The pride and the people inspire you. You yearn for peace and hope that your children and your grandchildren will love and support Israel. You want to inspire them to care as you do, to protect Israel's future. Do you take for granted that they will know what you know and feel what you feel? Do they know how far we have come, where we've been, where we are going? Will they be inspired and rise to the task? Will they stand tall for Israel? Will they understand never again? Our children on college campuses are being challenged for their support of Israel.
We support the Intifada! We support the Intifada! Israel is a terrorist state!
They attack our children, our communities, your children, your community. Every day requires courage and strength. They are told that they don't belong. And their voices don't matter.
Get off our campus now. I've been in this campus for 10 years. Get the f*** off our campus now.
that our history, our nation, our people don't matter.
Zionism must be destroyed. It must be gotten rid of. Every aspect of it.
You want to stand tall, to make a difference, to make sure that our pride shines through, that our children and our neighbors and their children will know what to do, to show a legacy of pride, strength, and peoplehood. This is what Stand With Us does. That is who Stand With Us is. We represent you when you can't be there, with offices and programs around the globe. We represent you in high schools, where we reach over 100,000 students each year with the beauty of Israel and foster the next generation of Zionist leaders. We are your voice on campus, training students how to lead and reach over 100,000 of their peers each year in the face of intolerance and bigotry. We represent you when we reach 100 million people on Facebook during peak months. We educate for the future by sponsoring speaking tours and holding conferences around the world, training leaders and lifting communities. We are your hotline when rights are trampled on and emergency pro bono legal services are needed, with over 200 attorneys standing by for students, faculty, and community members. We represent your legacy when we partner with over 750 different organizations around the world who care as you do about Israel. We are working in your name when we use innovative teaching methods to inspire middle schoolers with the wonder of Israel. We represent you when it's time to push back. We represent you when it's time to share Israel's story, when it's time to teach, to stand up, to show undying pride for Israel. And we have only just begun. Help us reach more of the world. Help us empower more of our children, your children, to be courageous, to be confident, to fight smart, to win, and to always, always stand tall.
I mean this sincerely when I say I am so proud to be a supporter and personally connected to this extraordinary organization. And tonight, we are standing together against anti-Semitism. Everyone should support Stand With Us like I do and help them stay stronger than ever and keep growing. We have so much talent for you here tonight. The Stand With Us Legal Eagles that help students and community members fight for their rights. Our keynote speaker tonight, the State Special Envoy Against Anti-Semitism, Elon Carr, or as I like to call him, the other Elon. By the way, he should be Elon. We have Elon Musk and then Elon Carr. Elon Musk should be Elon Carr because he runs Tesla. Somebody make a call and fix that. We will hear from our courageous student leaders, incredible student leaders. We will be unveiling a new song by the Hebrew Project called O Jerusalem. You will love this song. But first, let's go visit Jay Leno, the one and only, in his garage. Check this out. Hey, everybody. My two favorite things are comedy and Israel. So here I am to talk Israel with a comedy legend, one of my all-time favorites, Jay Leno. How are you, Jay? Thank you for doing this.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege.
Yes. To be talking to me.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a Gentile, which is, you see, I hate that word. It sounds so goyish.
But it's very close to gentle, which most Gentiles are.
Right, there you go.
As opposed to Jews. We're like, hey, come on. No, that's Italians. So what is the difference between Italians and Jews before we talk Israel?
Well, there's not a lot of difference, actually. The emphasis on family is pretty much the same. The emphasis on food. That's kind of why I like it. When I was in Israel, I felt like I was at my cousin Toby's wedding. Everybody, hey, have this, walk down the street. I liked it. It's very friendly. You feel like you're at home. So I think there's, again, I don't find a lot of difference with people. Right. I don't find it that all different. We all want the same thing for our children and the family, so that's why I support Israel.
That's so nice. So how many trips to Israel have you made so far?
2 or 3. I enjoyed it. It was always fun.
One, you did the Genesis Award?
I did that a couple of times. Yeah, that was great.
They asked you back?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. See, the good comics get asked back.
I only do gigs once, and then that's it.
I knew that. Yeah.
So what happened at the Genesis Award? What happened backstage? There was an incident.
Well, no, it wasn't an incident. It was more like a, just a language. It's very funny. It's a similar. Everybody speaks English. I don't speak any Hebrew, so it's to me. But I was doing the show with the stage manager, and the Genesis Awards the opening was 7 minutes. Dun, dun, in the beginning, Israel, and dun, 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 dun. So the guy says to me, stage manager, Jay Leno, you ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready to go. Now, when I hear the music, should I walk out? What? Should I walk out? No, you don't walk out. You stay right there. You stay. Oh, okay. And the music stops. And I hear, Jay Leno, where are you? I said, should I walk out? No, you stay. Again, everybody. It's 7 minutes. Dun, dun, in the beginning. Dun, 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 a huge, just a huge thing.
You're waiting to MC and hit the stage and do your joke.
Oh, okay. And I keep going, should I walk out? No, don't walk out. Then the music stops. Royal, what are you doing? What? And he comes, what are you doing? Should I walk out? No, you don't walk out. Well, should I stay here? He goes, no, you walk in. What? You walk in. No, I walk out on stage. No, you walk into the stage. All right, fine. Well, that was just the beginning. Right. But other than that, it was fine.
So you, and then there's, now there's great restaurants there, and between Tel Aviv, which is like high tech, and then you have, Jerusalem, which is all the old city. But the thing that's different about Israel now versus when you were there last is everything now is like top chefs and everything.
That's all secondary. I mean, to me, I tell you something. I'm Italian. My dad was Italian. I'm half Scottish, half Italian. And when I was a kid and we would go out to dinner, I would always have to put on a suit and tie. I mean, other kids in the restaurant with obscenity-laden T-shirts and things. And I always say to my pop, Dad, why do I have to wear a tie? Because we're Italian. Because back when I was growing up, Italians, you had shows like The Untouchables and so. And there was always these stereotypes of Italians. My dad said, you always want to be proud of who you are. And that's why I like Jews, because they're proud of who they are. I mean, here they are, this little country surrounded by people that literally hate them. And yet,
for no good reason, by the way.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not talking. I just mean for whatever reason that people hate people for any number of reasons. But the fact that people are proud of who they are and they stick together, and that's what I like about it. I like seeing people who are proud of who they are, whether they're African American, whether they're Jewish, whatever. Because if you don't have pride in yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. So to me, I like that sort of Jewish pride. I like, I had a rabbi who wrote on my show, my friend Marvin
Silberman's. Yeah.
Every time a Jew was arrested, I would go, Marvin, do you see this Jew? He was not really a Jew. He wasn't.
He was adopted.
He was adopted. He always had a reason why the Jewish guy was not really, and it always used to make me, it just used to make me laugh, Plus Marvin would make up Jewish holiday. I can't come in tomorrow. It's Haga. It's Haga. What's Haga? It's the day that something or other happened. Oh, okay. I was convinced of that because I never saw a religion with so many holidays. Yeah. I mean, it's just hilarious.
He didn't take a sick day. He took a Jew day.
That's right.
What is your favorite Jewish holiday, by the way?
Oh, I just like the whole. I like the whole thing.
And again, a happy Hacha to all. That really was so much fun, and we'll continue that conversation with Jay later in the show. What a mensch. The phone lines are ringing. If you cannot get through, please don't give up, okay? Just try again. Thank you so much. And now let's learn a bit more about Stand With Us. The professionals at Stand With Us are so successful at what they do. They're moving the meter in every area of their work, whether high school or social media, campus or middle school, all of which we will hear about later in the show. Just take a look at the numbers.
Even during the pandemic, Stand With Us is working around the world to support Israel and fight anti-Semitism. With international college and high school programs, Stand With Us is reaching over 250,000 students every single year. Over 100,000 students have participated in our Israel Education Center programs in Jerusalem, and over 3,000 students in 200 U.S. schools have already been inspired by Israel Link, our exciting middle school curriculum. The Stand With Us Side-Off Legal Department has handled over 1,000 different incidents in partnership with our team of over 200 pro bono attorneys. Over 1 billion interactions have taken place on our growing social media platforms in a variety of languages, including Arabic, inspiring and informing people every single day. Stand With Us TV, our newest platform, has already had millions of viewers around the world watching a variety of educational videos and programs. We distribute millions of free material with resources on history, discussing difficult issues, how to fight anti-Semitism, and standing up for Israel. We also regularly work with hundreds of other partner organizations around the world. With our transparency and sound fiscal management, Stand With Us has maintained the highest possible rankings from the 2 leading charity watchdog groups, GuideStar and Charity Navigator. Stand With Us is here for you and your children to educate and inspire, and also to fight for the Jewish people and the State of Israel.
When I was confronted by a classmate who shook my values and made me question my identity, my fellow interns and high school coordinator helped me get back on my feet and take pride in being an educator on behalf of Israel.
I've learned how to properly handle tough situations, educate misinformed peers about Israel and the Jewish people, and it has ultimately made me stronger than ever.
Because only in a world where you have all the facts can you make informed opinions and decisions. I got to experience Israel with Stand With Us on their Project Insight trip, and it inspired me to educate those around me.
Through my time at Stand With Us, the training so far I've received, and my other peers on campus have actually been positively shown ways that we don't need to counter hate or counter anti-Semitism with more hate. Actually, we can turn this into our benefit.
With the help of Stand With Us, I have been able to help fight against hate in my community, shed light on controversial issues, and help students use their voices to make their stories heard.
Stand With Us is a supporter of young people's initiatives by helping us share our social media and programming initiative, Why I Wear My Star, to reach new audiences.
And for giving us the tools to educate ourselves and others on how to overcome and combat anti-Semitism daily.
I am beyond proud to be part of a community that empowers my beliefs and allows me to be proud of my identity.
Wow, that is some really, truly inspiring stuff. I know as a parent myself, I could sleep better knowing that Stand With Us team is always there to help any student in need and to stand up to anti-Semitism. And now we have a special message from someone who appreciates the work of Stand With Us. He was born in Israel and is a son of Holocaust survivors. He is a member of the legendary rock band Kiss, the one and only, the extraordinary Gene Simmons.
She is the DNA that makes up any morality or ethics I have. What it means in Yiddish terms, menschhood, like what is the nature of good versus evil. I would understand if my mother thought the world was a terrible place. As a child of the Holocaust, yes, our entire family was wiped out in front of her. She saw her mother, my grandmother, walk into the gas chamber, and before she did that, she pointed at my mother and said, live, in Hungarian, in other words, survive. Hi, everybody, it's Gene Simmons. Please just take a moment and listen. Stand With Us. It's a wonderful organization that's dedicated to stamping out hate around the world. It's time for all of us to wake up and stop hating each other, okay? It's a wonderful time to change the world right now. Israel just made peace with Emirates and with Bahrain. Anything is possible, and I know because my mother was a concentration camp survivor of Nazi Germany when she was 14 years of age. World War II wasn't so long ago. 100 million people perished because of hate. Stop it. Join us. Stand with us. Please.
Proud to support Stand With Us and the important work that it does in fighting anti-Semitism.
Because this is our cause.
We support Stand With Us because we believe in education. And Stand With Us educates people of all ages, from middle school to high school to campuses, and they are inspiring the leaders of tomorrow.
I support Stand With Us because Stand With Us supports the truth about Israel.
We support Stand With Us because we watch how they inspire teens and college students to be the leaders on campus that we need today, and to be the leaders in communities that we will need in the future.
Stand With Us has wonderful leadership, serious, knowledgeable, and effective people. Together with their wonderful staff and supporters, Stand With Us makes a huge difference.
This is our legacy. We want our Stand With Us Campus Emerson Fellowship Program to live on into the future.
Stand With Us is educating millions, well beyond the pro-Israel community. It even has a Facebook page in Arabic with over 300,000 followers.
I invest in Stand With Us for the safety and future of my children.
What's your legacy gonna be?
Well, did you call yet? Come on, give us a call. Our staff are standing by waiting for a call from you. People, we have a $4 million goal tonight to help us enter 2021 with the strength we need to do our work. But don't feel any pressure, but just a little bit. And thank you, really, thank you for all who have called and all who will call. Thank you all for joining us. And everyone that's joining us tonight understands that Israel is facing difficult times on campuses and beyond. Fortunately, Stand With Us is always there to support courageous student heroes who are willing to stand up for Israel and stand against anti-Semitism.
Our students throughout the world are facing a lot of challenges, but obviously our core challenge is anti-Semitism, which usually manifests on campus or in high schools as anti-Zionism. And what that looks like in particular is specifically for students who label themselves Zionists and proudly are Zionists, they will obviously have to deal with harassment. It could be online harassment, it could be harassment in school, it could be snickering, it could be bullying. You've got situations on campus where students try to bring a speaker to talk about an issue relating to Israel. It could be something that has nothing to even do with the conflict, and that speaker will be shouted down, the event will be protested. You have situations where you're sitting in a classroom and your own professor is promulgating information that is just factually incorrect, but teaching it as fact. And of course, this is a professor who has that credibility. You have divestment attempts that create an overall environment, all of these things create an overall environment of intimidation for Zionist students on campuses throughout the world.
So it all started with a TikTok, and my friend Michaela actually showed it to me. She showed me this TikTok of this girl talking about Zionists in such a horrific and horrible manner, and basically comparing us to monkeys and stuff like that. And I actually found my name being mentioned in the comments because people know at my school that I'm very openly Zionist and pro-Israel, and as a result, I was personally targeted by these students at my school making fun of me for supporting Israel.
Someone else posted a statement saying that Israelis bomb Palestinian hospitals for fun without any sort of background or context in that. And to say that not only plays into anti-Semitic stereotypes, but it then informs people wrongly who have no idea about this conflict.
Being targeted like that, especially on social media and being cyberbullied, really made me feel unsafe in my school environment, to know that there were other students that were my age that felt this way about me and about my beliefs and about the Jewish people as a whole.
Seeing all those statements made me feel alone.
So Michaela and I decided to take screenshots of the comments and recordings of the videos that the student had posted on TikTok, and also screenshots of another student that was posting horrible messages about Zionists, calling them pigs, and about Israel. So we collected that information, and Stand With Us' legal department showed it to our principal, saying there are students that are harassing other students, that are posting these inappropriate messages, and something has to be done about this.
The Stand With Us High School internship, first and foremost, gives students the confidence to be able to proudly walk around as a Jew and as a Zionist in their high schools and eventually on campus. And what that also then translates to is when they face anti-Zionism or anti-Semitism, that they have the strength and the will to fight back.
When I received an email forwarded from the legal department from my principal saying that she's taking these accusations and these allegations seriously, she's going to take action and making these promises, it was such a relieving moment, and just to know that I did the right thing by contacting the legal department, and that because of me and Sharon and everyone who had a say in this, that we were going to make a difference, and that these students are going to be held accountable and know what they did, what they said, what they posted, and what they've been doing online and in person was not okay.
I felt so relieved at the fact that my school had finally decided to take action against these students and against what they had done, and to show that it was wrong and that at our school there would be no place for anti-Semitism, and so other students could openly be pro-Israel.
I'm so thankful to be a part of the Stand With Us family. Everyone I've ever had contact with, all of the staff members, the legal department, and even the other interns have been such an instrumental part of my life and my Israel journey. So I just want to say thank you, Stand With Us.
Thank you, Stand With Us.
Unfortunately, at some schools, it's even professors who fuel the anti-Zionism and the anti-Semitism on campus, like what we saw at San Francisco State with Layla Khalid.
On September 23, 2020, 2 university professors tried to host an event with Layla Khalid. The problem is, Layla Khalid is a convicted terrorist. She was arrested for attempting to hijack an El Al flight carrying 148 passengers on board. For some reason, the 2 faculty in question at San Francisco State University thought hosting her would be a good idea. So as soon as I found out that the university was considering this event, I reached out to my Stand With Us coordinator, Matt Levin, and we came up with a plan to tackle the problems and issues this event could pose. Stand With Us and I reached out to my local Hillel, and we decided to team up with students and write a letter to some high-ranking officials both on campus and in the state legislature. President Mahoney of my university was one of the people, the recipients of a letter, and in that letter we detailed in exclusive length the issues that Layla Khalid's presence and speaking on campus would pose. While the university itself did not cancel the event, Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube, those 3 major platforms where Layla Khalid tried to speak, they all co-canceled the event together and worked in tandem with one another to make sure that her message, a message of hate, a message of violence and of fear, was not able to spread throughout the community. The Stand With Us action campaign allowed myself as a student to amplify our voices, to reach out to people. We were able to contact prominent state senators, the president of my university, and also community members that were willing to support and organize a vigil that was going to honor victims of terrorists such as Layla Khalid. State Senator Scott Wiener and University President Lynn Mahoney attended the vigil. They both gave fantastic speeches and were able to come together to make sure that as a community, events such as the one we saw with Layla Khalid are no longer tolerated. It's very powerful as a young student to advocate and organize on behalf of the Jewish community on my college campus and to make sure we feel heard and that we're not marginalized. Without Stand With Us, I would not have the ability to do what I did. Thank you, Stand With Us.
The challenge is real, and it's obviously a big one. 6 months into USC, I came face to face with an apartheid wall. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to defend Israel. I didn't know how to protect Israel. I didn't know the information. I didn't know the facts. I only had my stories. And that's really where I found Stand With Us. And I was lucky enough to become an Emerson Fellow in the first year of the Emerson Fellowship way back when in 2007. And they gave me the tools, the education that I really needed to be able to be a strong activist on my campus. After graduation, I was lucky enough to get a job with Stand With Us. And for me, it's always kind of been about that moment on campus for me when I saw the wall and I had no idea how to respond. And whenever I stand in front of students today, for me, it's about making sure that there aren't students that have to go through that anymore. That when they see that wall on campus, they're prepared because they've already been warned and they've already been given the tools and the skills that they need to be able to counter it in the best way possible. And that's why I do what I do every single day for Stand With Us.
As you can see, there is an ongoing problem that far too many students are facing on far too many college campuses and even high schools. We have an expectation that when we send our kids to schools, that they will be treated fairly and not be bullied or intimidated for their beliefs or their Jewish identity. We at Stand With Us wake up nearly every day to new problems, but we also wake up grateful, even with the constant challenges, because Stand With Us is in a position to help. The founders of this organization, Esther Renzer, Jerry Rothstein, and I, saw rising anti-Semitism 19 years ago. And since then, the talented, dedicated, international Stand With Us community of board members, staff, students, and volunteers have created a powerful, nonpartisan platform that moves the meter and resolves problems. Those of you who know me know that I'm a daughter of Holocaust survivors, which is a big part of my identity. I lost 80 relatives in the Holocaust. My stepfather had a number on his arm, A7661, that constantly reminded us of how he suffered and that he lost his entire family in Auschwitz. The Holocaust did not begin with gas chambers. It began with hateful and vile words. Each one of you has your own story, your own reason for caring about the fact that many of our children and grandchildren no longer feel comfortable being themselves, expressing their heritage and their connection to Israel. Stand With Us represents the future because we are training the leaders of tomorrow to stand strong for Israel and the Jewish people in cities around the world. Tonight, we want to ask you to be our partners. Ask yourself this: when our children and our grandchildren basic free speech rights are violated, and when they are bullied for supporting Israel or harassed for wearing their beautiful Star of David around their necks, because that same Star of David is on the flag of Israel, or when they're embarrassed or marginalized and excluded from social justice groups because they are Zionists, do you want them to get the help that they need? We are committed to standing with them. If we don't do our job now and inspire the future generation about Israel and help them stand up for their ideas, who will be the next leaders and supporters that we need to count on in the future? Who will even be watching a program like this in the future? Who will even care? Tonight, I want to ask you to please consider making the inspiring work we do at Stand With Us a part of your legacy. Call me about a naming program after your family, like the Emerson Fellowship, the Evenheim Interns, the Pollock Social Media, the Katz Educational Materials, the Post-Israel Link Program, the Milstein Conferences, the Seidoff Legal Department, and the Etta Jones Israel Fellowship Program. Partner with Stand With Us and take your priorities into the future. There is so much to be done. This work has never been more important. Every single donation, large and small, helps us in the timely fight for hearts and minds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roz. Now, this is the segment of our event where we're going to officially ask you for your support, your guilt, your shekels. And the folks at Stand With Us have made it so easy for you. You could donate tonight online by clicking the Donate Now button. You see it? It's right there. Donate Now. You could text to give by texting STAND, S-T-A-N-D, to the number 345-345. Just text STAND to 345-345. Or you could even call in and speak to one of their amazing Stand With Us high school and campus professionals live. And pretty soon, you'll be speaking to me and my friend here in a second. Just call 424-320-3024. Please don't give up. If you can't get through, call again. We're here for a while. You could also go to standwithus.com at any time, today, tonight, tomorrow, anytime in the future, if anything goes wrong with the calls. We really appreciate your donations. Really, truly, thank you. Please give what you can to help the important work of this organization. And now, this is a special treat because I love this guy. Joining me live right here in the studio. I only hang out with legends. Jay Leno, Nati. There's just only legends. In the studio, none other than the one and only, the incredible, he's a national board member and international philanthropist. Here he is, proud to call him a friend, Nati Sidoff, everybody. Now, I'm telling you, the guy doesn't sleep. He and his incredible wife, Debbie, they're the founders of the Sidoff Legal Department that we are going to hear about later. And they're also co-sponsors with Bruce and Ellie Letterman of our annual Festival of Lights Gala. And because of the Sidoffs and the Lettermans, every single dollar we raise tonight will go directly into educational programming in 2020. So welcome, Nati. How are you tonight? Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
Are you
Great.
having fun? Is this weird? We usually do this in front of 1,000 people. Now it's just the two mannequins. Did you meet them yet?
You know what? I like, which one would you like?
I can't choose. Aren't we both married? You can't even choose a mannequin in this day and age.
You know what? My wife, God bless her, Debbie is such good sports.
Yes.
My screensaver, it used to be for the last 2 years, me kissing a mannequin.
I love that.
And she doesn't care about it. But before I kissed the mannequin, I asked her, tell me, if you're not Jewish, just say something. She didn't say anything. I kissed her, and that was my screensaver. And Debbie doesn't mind. She knows, The good thing about a mannequin, she never talks back to you.
Right.
I love
That
them.
is true. Well, so I got to say, we have two quick messages for you. You got to see this, Nati. Check this out.
Hey, Nati, it's Cheryl and David Weiner here.
Hey,
Take it
Cheryl.
away, David.
Hey, how
Nate,
you doing?
you're doing a good job. We need you. Be healthy for the next 25 years, and I'll be with you. But today we're raising money for a great organization. It is a great organization. We have an obligation to support this great organization. You're doing a good job. Continue. I give you $75,000.
Wow.
God bless you all. I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, Nazi. This is Sarah and Rachel Golombesky from San Diego. We want to donate to Stand With Us in honor of our bat mitzvah. Because of coronavirus, I was not able to go to Israel, but Stand With Us was able to host a virtual Israel tour with all my friends and family, and I'm so thankful for that. And so far, we've been raising more than $15,000 to support this cause.
Incredible.
I want to support Stand With Us because I am Jewish and Israel is our ethnic homeland.
Thank you, Stand With Us. Bye.
Wow.
Amazing. God
So
bless.
inspiring.
Yeah, David Weiner and his wife, Cheryl. David is a Holocaust survivor, and we know that he believes that Stand With Us is living the promise of never again, which is so important. Nati, I'm hearing now that we have a few people who have called in to speak. I would think they would want to speak to me. I'm a bit of a celebrity, but no. They want to speak to you, Nati, because you're the man. Let's see who we have on the phone right now. Here we go. We're taking a call.
Hello?
Are you there? Are you there, caller? We'll take another one then. That's okay. He's texting to give. That's the problem. He's using his phone to text. No, you have to talk to us if you want to call. We're live, folks. Let's take another call. Let's try another call. Yeah, hi, we hear you. What's your name? Who is this? Hello?
Hey, Nati and Ilan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Sean. Sean Eberhaim.
How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing great. How are you doing? How's Dorit doing?
You guys are doing great, and as always, you keep inspiring us, and Debbie and Nati and the Lettermans and Rod and Jerry and just everyone that stand with us. Every year we keep inspiring us. You're doing an amazing job on the campuses and all over. And as our commitment have been for last year, we'll match this commitment for this year for the Evenheim interns, $100,000.
Wow.
For both of you.
You are much younger than the rest of us, but we are following in your footsteps. Collectively, I haven't done the accounting, but you guys have given more than $1 million. This is amazing. Wow. Thank you so much. We're so touched.
Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
That's incredible.
Thank you, Dorit. Yeah.
Talk tonight. Thank you.
I put it on the memory of Vanilla. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. God bless Vanilla. She was Ashkenazi dog.
Just to clarify, he's giving the $100,000 to Stand With It, not to us, to split. It's not for us.
We can split.
We'll split it.
We can split.
No. Every dollar goes to Stand With Us. So keep calling. Keep on giving. Well, who else do we have? Do we have other people on the line? All right, let's try to take another call. That was so cool. That was Sean, $100,000.
This guy is
It's you. I've been standing here for an hour and nothing's come in. No, we've gotten a lot of great donations. But you've done it.
Hello.
Who else?
Hello.
Hey, Nati, Elon, this is Barack Raviv. How are you guys?
Hey,
How are
Barack.
you?
How
Love
you
this
doing?
guy.
Yeah, he's the pilot. How's your plane?
It's good. It's great to see you guys. I wish I could see you in person, and I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. I think the need now is greater than ever before, especially with all the misinformation that's going on. So I want to renew my commitment and a gift for $13,000.
Wow.
And I want to thank you guys for everything that you do. Stay strong.
Thank you, Barack.
Thank you so much, Barack. Keep on flying. Fly low. Take no hostages.
Yes, but I'm still never going anywhere near your helicopter.
That's right. And next year, you will do, as you do every year, the after party for the youngsters.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a lot
such
of fun.
a fun thing.
I tried to join it.
They kicked you out.
They kicked me out. I
Yeah.
was too old. I didn't qualify. We love you, Barack. Keep on going.
Oh, my goodness. We're doing very well here with this. This is now sort of like a telethon. I love this.
All right. We have...
Oh, this just in. Thank you, Aaron.
Oh,
This
my
just
God.
in.
Larry and Sue Hochberg from Chicago. They are legendary people.
I know that.
I mean, they started, actually people don't know that, but Elnet, which Larry and Sue are leading right now, is an APEC in Europe. I want people to know how important the work that they do, because Europe is the tail that leads the dog.
Yeah.
The dog being the United States. The work they do there is so important. Larry is unbelievable at what he does.
Yeah.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. So let's take another call. We're taking another call. Who do we have here?
Hello?
Yes. Is that my wife? Honey, I'll be home soon. What? Who is this?
Lucille. This is Lucille from Florida.
Oh, hi. From Florida.
I'm 95.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm making a very small contribution of $100, which
That's
is
so
tiny
nice.
compared to what some of you guys are making.
No, that's so nice. Are you kidding?
But I'm so proud of the work that you do, and I want to thank you because I have grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
God bless you.
And I want to protect them.
Thank you. You are so inspiring to us. Thank you so much, and stay safe.
Stay safe and healthy. You sound great till 120.
I am.
Come back for the
No,
next...
my company's 95. You don't say 120.
Well, and why not? That's a
Only
lot of time. 25 years is
doesn't
pretty
sound
good. I would take 25 years at this
At
point.
least
Are you kidding me?
125.
Have you seen what's
All right.
going on
Thank
in this
you.
world? I'll take 5 years.
Hey, I got Larry and Sonny Ross. We used to be at their offices doing our conferences. They get together before the party. They're giving us $5,000. Thank you so much,
kind.
Sonny.
Very kind.
So thank you, Larry Ross.
Thank you, Larry.
Who else? Who we have here? Jeff and Deborah Berg, $5,000.
So nice, so generous.
Nice. Thank you so much. Where are they from?
Does anybody know?
They are from Florida. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I can't believe, with this thing, we're reaching all over the world.
All over the world. That's the thing about, there's a trade-off between being in front of 1,000 people and the energy in that room, and now we're reaching possibly, millions of people around the world. All right, maybe hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
Let's take another call, though. Here we go. Who's there? Hello?
Hello?
My name is Leo David.
Hi.
Leo, how you doing, my old friend?
Yeah, somebody said I can get away with 18,000, she said.
18,000, yes.
Can he get away with it?
No, he
That's
himself,
what he's asking, right?
Leo,
Yeah.
You know what? You cannot get away with 18,000.
That's what she told me. I can get away with 18,000.
Who told you that? She's fired. That's it.
Yeah, I'm thinking because same thing like you're giving away your daughter for marriage. You say how much I want to give, how much I should give, and how much I can get away with. It's two different things.
Hey, that's like a dowry. Stand with us, dowry. We got you, Leo. So
Yeah, I know you got me.
we got you. We've been. It's my oldest friend.
That's great.
Yeah,
So
Leo.
you could get him to do better.
Leo is my oldest friend. He knows me virtually from before I was born. He was working with my father as a diamond cutter in Netanya together with my father. That was
In Netanya, Israel.
In Netanya, Israel. Yeah, that was more than 70-some years ago. Unbelievable. Maybe 80 years ago.
70-some years or 80 years?
How long?
About 80 years.
80 years ago. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Leo, so what are you going to do for us?
How much time do I have left?
Yes.
If you promise me for a long time, I'll give you more.
We'll give you till 120 like the last caller.
That's right.
120. We're giving out years now to people.
120.
You should live and be well till 120. But now, what are you giving us in return?
He's giving us $1 per year, plus zeros.
$1 per year, okay.
Plus
$1 per year.
6 figures?
Plus 6 figures.
What are we talking?
120.
Are you giving 120?
Oh my God!
Are you really?
Wow!
Leo?
Thank you so much.
That's what you talked me into.
Oh my
wow.
God!
Well, then you should
oh my
absolutely
God!
live and be
This
well
is-
till
I
120.
love
Oh
you,
my
Leo.
God.
You're my man. Oh my God! And say hello to Lana.
Wow.
Oh, yeah? Hello.
All right.
Can we make an exception? He could go till 140
If
years
you
old.
have to say hello to Rihanna, you're going to pay fast.
Hey, Leo. Elon said, we can bless you to go to 140.
After that gift.
After that gift. But you know what? We'll keep it for next year.
I tell you one thing. After his Hanukkah bush he told about, I don't want it.
Thank you so much, Leo. We really, we're so
love
grateful.
you, Leo. I love
so
you.
generous.
I kiss you.
Love you.
And
We'll
I can
see
kiss
soon.
you, by the way, because we were both tested.
Good.
I won't kiss you on the lips, but I kiss you on your forehead.
Yes.
Love you. Take care. Bye.
Let's take another. Thank you so much. That was
amazing.
That was awesome. That just happened.
All right.
We started at 18,000. That was just incredible. So, who else do we have on the line? We have another caller, or do you want to announce?
You have Shlomi and Einat Ronen. Thank you. This is so amazing. $5,000. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is so kind of you. Hello.
Let's take a call.
Let's take a call. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. What's going on?
This is Jerry Rothstein.
Jerry!
How are you?
The
Good.
great co-founder, Jerry.
Our founder. He is the secret weapon.
Yeah.
He does all the materials.
So much behind the scenes, so much work
behind
that
the
nobody.
scene, no ego, no need.
And then I get all the glory.
That's right.
Okay, I'll pay you later for that. Thank
when
you
you
guys so
see
much.
millions of pieces every year being distributed.
Tireless efforts.
Tireless effort. All
constantly.
the stuff, that is Jerry. He is a genius. He used to have an advertisement business, and he took that talent and what he learned there, and he works tirelessly around the clock.
Yeah.
And he is really the backbone of Stand With Us.
That's incredible.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys, all that you're doing, and Nati, thank you, and Debbie, and for supporting Stand With Us, and there's so many other organizations you support. On behalf
Our pleasure.
Thank you. On behalf of Roz and myself, we're going to donate $25,000.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
And that's in honor of our incredible team of dedicated staff. So I want to thank you, thank Debbie and Bruce and Ellie Letterman for underwriting tonight's event, and thank you, Ilan, for those wonderful jokes.
I try. Can we bring out, speaking of wonderful, your wonderful wife, Roz, come on out here for a minute. Say hi to Jerry. He's on the phone.
Hey, Jerry.
He's wondering where you are. Where have you been for the last 2 hours?
I have a big announcement.
Uh-oh.
I have a big announcement.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I'm like so excited. I'm so excited, and I'm very
What?
touched. So I hope I don't cry.
I have no idea.
I hope I don't cry right now. I just received a call letting us know that a man who used to support us from the very beginning of Stand With Us, and he would say to the founders, he'd say to Jerry and Esther and me, he would say, "You guys are doing such great work. I'm going to give you some plasma. You need some plasma." And he would write a check. And he said, I don't want you to worry, because after I'm gone, I will make sure that my priorities will make sure that Stand With Us stands strong. And his name was Kenneth Leventhal. And now I just found out that his board has decided to honor his memory and is naming our high school internship for Kenneth Leventhal. So from tonight forward, and you hear it right now, you're hearing it first, the high school internship, one of our very, very strong programs that Stand With Us, one of our high school programs that is so important because it feeds college campuses with students that are trained before they get to campus, will be named the Leventhal High School Internship. So amazing.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
So how much money are we talking about?
So, okay, so don't ask me that question right now, but it is significant. It is significant to be able to name that high school internship. So thank you, and thank you so much.
Oh my God. Okay.
And thank you
it
to the
sounds like
board.
big money. I'm just guessing.
It is.
It's
It
good.
is.
It's
And thank
good.
you.
Trust me.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Roz.
Thank you, the board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Perry, and
Yes.
everybody else on the board of the Leventhal Foundation.
Very touching.
What an amazing man he
Kept
was.
his promise to stand with us. That's incredible. Such
Amazing.
amazing support of this incredible work. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's take a look at our progress on our. We have a little thermometer. Take a look. We are at $3.55 million. Now we need to raise tonight. That's what we need to raise. That's not where we're at, right? We need that. So we'll continue to check back on our progress. And now let's go back to visit with my old pal, Jay Leno, in his world-famous garage. Thank you, Nati. They do such great work fighting for Israel against BDS, against anti-Semitism. What would you say is one of the main reasons that you support Israel? Because you've always been outspoken and incredible when it comes to Israel. What's the main reason you support it and you love it?
Well, I don't like to see people get picked on. I think when you're in the schoolyard, the bully aspect of things is fairly obvious. I remember there was a Hasidic kid in our school, and he'd always get picked on, usually. And I went over and made friends with him, and he was the same as anybody else. I mean, when you're a kid, you have to learn that, people are all the same as anybody else. I think it's just inherent. You either believe in basic human decency,
right,
or you don't. I mean, it's really quite simple. And to me, I like Jewish religion because it makes sense. There's a reason for the things, the reason you separate the dishes and the reason you don't mix this and that. Oh, okay, it explains in a scientific way, not necessarily, and I always just like that. Plus, I like the emphasis on education and the emphasis on family. I mean, it's
And food, again, more than anything. It's really about food.
the food is not quite as good as the Italian. When I go
It's not even a competition.
when I go in an Italian deli, there's meatballs, lasagna, there's tomatoes. I walk into a Jewish deli and there's a fish head looking at me. Just, I go.
So you don't like herring?
No, not a herring guy.
You don't want a herring. No gefilte for Jay Leno. You heard it here first.
But I had a friend of mine as a rabbi, and he told me he needed a joke for Rosh Hashanah. So I'll give you, see if you like this joke. Orthodox Jewish family, obviously very religious. He sends his kids to Hebrew school, and his son's doing good, except he's flunking math. And the father's beside himself. You need math for life. You need math for business. How can you go through without math? My son's getting an F in math. His friend said, look, the Catholic school down the street, they have an excellent math program. He goes, I can't send my kid to a Catholic school. He goes, no, you don't send him to. He said, for 1 hour a day, you send him to Catholic school for math class, and then he comes back to Hebrew school. He says, I know the Monsignor. I'll speak to him. He goes, you'll do that for me? He speaks to him on Monsignor. He said, yes, we'd love to have the Jewish point. I go, fine. Against his better judgment, the father sends his kid off to Catholic school. First day gets an A. Gets an A for the term, gets an A for the semester. Father can't believe it. He says, son, what is it about the Catholic math program? He goes, Pop, when I walked in that classroom and I saw that guy nailed to the plus sign, I knew these people didn't screw around.
Nailed to the plus sign. We talked about how much you love the Jewish state of Israel, the Jewish people. Who's your favorite Jewish comedian?
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think. Oh.
There are a few of us.
Elon Musk is not a comedian.
No, he's the Tesla guy.
Oh, the Tesla.
Who is it? It's Seinfeld, your car friend Jerry?
Seinfeld.
It's your friend Jerry?
Good, yeah.
Well, you know I am. I'm the Jewish Jerry Seinfeld, they say.
Right. That's right, yeah.
Jay, I can't thank you enough for your support for Israel, for allowing us to come to the garage and talk.
It's just common sense. It's not it doesn't take a great deal of effort to, it doesn't take a great deal of effort to be kind to people and to be nice to people. And Jewish people have always been very nice to me. I'll tell you a story. When I was a young comedian starting out, I took any job I get. I had a horrible agent named Abe Totis, this guy. He says, I got your job in the Catskill Mountains. It only pays $50, but it's a good start for you. So I drive 7.5 hours up to the Catskill Mountains, and I pull in, and it's a Hasidic resort.
A bungalow colony.
Right, and they have a sign that says, tonight, Jewish storyteller Jay Leno. And I go, oh, man.
Not comedian, Jewish storyteller.
That's what it said.
They were wrong on 2 counts.
That's what the agent told him.
Right.
So the guys use me. I go out on stage, and it's obviously all Hasidic, and guys sit in the front. And I'm doing
Men and women separate.
And I'm doing my little act, you
Yeah.
know, and not really getting much. And finally, this old guy goes, "Stop, stop. I take it you're not Jewish." I said, "No, sir, I'm sorry. The agent that kind of sold you a bill of goods. I don't want to be paid. You know, this is a terrible misunderstanding." He goes, "Stop." He's telling me about you. You have family? What's your family like? I said, "Well, my mother's a housewife, my dad's an insurance salesman, my brother went to Yale, my brother's a top 10 student, he did this, my brother's doing that, he's a lawyer, he's going to be this. My parents think I'm crazy to be in the show business, my dad wants me to quit, my mother's the guy goes, stop, you're Jewish enough, you get paid." And I thought, oh, and I like that, you know, you're
Jewish enough.
So you get paid. So I like the fact that I'm just
amazing.
Jewish enough.
And everything that you said, it rings so true, like about Israel being the underdog. And it's always been the David and Goliath story, where Israel's the David.
You know, it's interesting to me that they have the worst PR company.
The worst. We will admit that.
I don't understand why that is. You know, I think it's the fact that Jewish technology and everything is so superior that they somehow are seen as the overlord or the ruling the area.
It's just a good economy, a strong military. Suddenly you're the Goliath, when really you're this tiny little dot on this map.
That's what it is. And like they always say, you know, Israel only has to lose once. You know, the other people can lose.
Right.
You can have 6-day wars at this side and that side. You have them all day long.
You cannot lose.
You only have to lose once. And it's a democracy. And it's an old democracy.
Yeah.
And
it's all about freedom, democracy. It's a pluralistic, open, free society for all. And yeah, we just want peace. We just want harmony, and hopefully.
You know, when you're kind to people, people are kind to you. And Jewish people have always been very nice to me. I was a Shabbos goy for the Henry family next door.
Turn on the lights?
Yeah, I never knew why. My dad would say, Mrs. Henry, you're not allowed to. So I'd have to go turn the lights on and off. And I never understood why, but they always gave me a cookie or something, you know, and it was like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know why I was doing that, but it was just interesting. You know, that's what I liked about growing up in New York, because there's the Polish people down there, and it wasn't until I came to California I met a grandmother who spoke English. Because when you grow up in New York, your grandmother, grandparents just made noise. They didn't actually talk. They just, yes, grandma. And then I get to grandma. Someone said, "Oh, Jay, this is my grandmother. How are you, Jay?" What the hell kind of grandmother is it? I mean, the fact that he spoke English, it stunned me.
Well, there you have it, folks. It's Jay Leno, TV icon and Shabbos goy. That's right. You know, who would have thought? On behalf of everyone at Stand With Us, I thank you for doing this. Thank you for supporting Israel, and thanks for everything you do.
Next year, Jerusalem.
Amen. Back to you in the studio, which is me, I think. Back to me. And now to introduce our keynote speaker. Join me in welcoming Stand With Us national board member, who, together with his wife, Ellie, are co-sponsors of tonight's Festival of Lights. Please welcome Bruce Letterman.
Thank you. Elon Carr serves as the U.S. Special Envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism. He was appointed to this cabinet-level position by the president. So who is he, and what does he do as the Special Envoy? Here is his life in less than 2 minutes. His parents were immigrants fleeing persecution. His mother from Iraq to Israel and then to the U.S. His stepfather from Nazi Germany to Israel and then to the U.S. He was born in New York, got a bachelor's degree from Berkeley and a law degree from Northwestern. Instead of a lucrative career with a large law firm, he devoted himself to public service, always picking the toughest jobs. He joined the U.S. Army and served in Iraq during the Iraqi War. He is fluent in Arabic and led an anti-terrorism team in life-saving missions throughout Iraq. As if this were not enough, he held the first Jewish service in what had been Saddam Hussein's presidential palace in Baghdad, lighting the menorah for Hanukkah as we do tonight. After his active military service ended, he served as an LA County Assistant District Attorney, prosecuting street crimes and handling cases involving crimes against the special victims, including domestic violence, child molestation, sexual assault, and a serial killer. Now he has undertaken his hardest job yet. As the special U.S. envoy, he advises the U.S. Secretary of State on matters involving anti-Semitism, and he is responsible for all U.S. policies and projects involving anti-Semitism throughout the world. It is my great honor to introduce Special Envoy Elan Carr.
Bruce, thank you all so much. It's an honor to be with you again for this great annual tradition, the Stand With Us Festival of Lights Gala, celebrating 19 years of your advocacy and impact. I salute the great leaders of Stand With Us, my dear friends Roz and Jerry and Esther, and so many others who have made this wonderful organization the powerhouse that it is. My friends, I bring you greetings from the President of the United States and from my boss, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. 2 years ago, I was appointed by President Trump and Secretary Pompeo to lead America's fight against the recurring, indefatigable, insatiable hatred that is anti-Semitism. It's only 75 years since Allied troops ended the Holocaust, and yet anti-Semitism has been rising for over a decade now. There are three ideological sources that drive anti-Semitism: the far right, the radical left, and militant Islam. As different as these three camps can be, they find agreement when it comes to Jew hatred. They also employ similar tactics, using the internet and social media to spread their venom with unprecedented speed and global reach, and to recruit and radicalize adherents. A recent European study found that the process of radicalizing a person to violence is accomplished far more rapidly when done online, as opposed to through face-to-face interaction. As we know all too well, the results can be devastating. We have seen murderous attacks on synagogues and schools, vandalism of community buildings, relentless harassment of Jewish university students, and acts of terrorism from those radicalized to violence. Allow me to focus on one of these categories of anti-Semitic expression. Tragically, university campuses, and increasingly now high schools, have too often become places where Jewish students find themselves under siege. As the former international president of AEPI, I spent years fighting campus anti-Semitism. Now, as U.S. Special Envoy, I hear the same disturbing reports from Jewish student leaders in Europe as I hear from those right here at home. If you want to be safe as a Jewish student, if you want to go unmolested through your campus, then you must divorce yourself completely from any ideas of Jewish peoplehood or Jewish national self-determination and any connection to the land of Israel. And you certainly can't use the Z word, Zionism, in any favorable way. Divorcing yourself from that part of your Jewish identity is the price you have to pay for your well-being. Well, let me be very clear. That is anti-Semitism, pure and simple. Campus anti-Zionism used to be the exclusive province of the radical left. We are now seeing far-right groups move into this space, adopting the anti-Israel language of the left. Apparently, even neo-Nazis can find a safe space on campus, as long as they confine their targeting to Zionism and Israel. And the campus pathology has now spread to high schools. For example, a student at an elite Manhattan prep school told me that his teachers compare Israel to Nazi Germany. What is happening on campus is having lasting effects. Lest anyone think that these effects are limited to the student world, not our world, the campus world, let me tell you about one of the most disturbing meetings I've had in my last 2 years as Special Envoy. I met with a courageous UK Labour MP who left the Labour Party because of anti-Semitism. Prior to the UK election, this MP said to me, what happened to UK Labour all started on the campuses, but we did nothing because they were only students. Then it moved into the Labour Party, but we did nothing because, well, it was only a far left fringe. And today they won and we lost, and I no longer have a political party that I could call home. My hair stood on end when I heard those words. What an urgent warning to us here in America, that we must focus on what's happening on campus. My friends, the challenges loom large before us, but make no mistake, there is some very good news from the front lines. Despite rising anti-Semitism, the United States of America is still the most philo-Semitic country in history. And the Trump administration has been the most philo-Semitic administration we have ever had. Our administration is the first to designate a violent white supremacist group as a terrorist organization. We ensured a Holocaust education for future generations of school children. imposed crippling sanctions on the world's chief state sponsor of both terrorism and anti-Semitism, the Islamic Republic of Iran. We issued a game-changing executive order protecting our besieged Jewish college students, and we supported the state of Israel in unprecedented fashion. Let me give you a couple of recent examples. 2 months ago, we signed an MOU with Bahrain, pledging to work together to combat, quote, all forms of anti-Semitism, including anti-Zionism and the delegitimization of the state of Israel. Historic. And just last month, Secretary Pompeo stood at the podium with Prime Minister Netanyahu in Jerusalem and declared that we will regard the global BDS campaign as anti-Semitic and that we will defund organizations that engage in BDS activities. Yes, the commitment of the United States to this cause is very good news and has made a world of difference. And you know what else is good news? That we have great organizations like Stand With Us, fighting every day for the Jewish kids who are on the front lines of this battle for our future. I can tell you from personal experience that AEPI's 10,000 students on 180 campuses rely extensively on Stand With Us, on its excellent staff, and on its superb resources. Very few students would have the fortitude to stand up against the anti-Semitic currents if they felt alone, felt abandoned. Thanks to you, no Jewish student, no pro-Israel student feels alone or abandoned. This week is the Festival of Lights, as tonight's virtual gala is appropriately named. We should remember that the miracle of Hanukkah was not only about lamp oil. Perhaps the greater miracle was that a few Jewish partisans, refusing to accept injustice and defeat, led a movement that saved Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel. You, my friends, are our latter-day partisans, leading an historic movement on behalf of the Jewish people. Thank you for what you do, and may you go from strength to strength. Chanukah Sameach.
Hey, Nati, I want you to come out here for a second because I want to make an announcement about you because you are a very humble person. But if I may say, every year you and your lovely wife, Debbie, donate $1.2 million every year for 10 years. And that is just, if you could just, first of all, we thank you with everything. But if you could just speak from the heart and just tell the people at home why you would make such a gigantic, sizable, insanely generous donation. What is it about Stand With Us that makes you do this?
Well, I'm inspired by the people that run Stand With Us. I'm inspired by people like the Letterman. I've never met people as generous, as humble, as unassuming. They give you their shirt off their back. There's nothing that we're not going to do. Ellie and Bruce Letterman are my inspirations. 20 years ago, our son was an activist on campus in Northern California. He was, during the waning days of the Oslo Accord, he went to a rally. His life was threatened. Nothing was done to the kid that threatened his life, although the city attorney, San Francisco city attorney, got involved and he said, if you sign a declaration, we're going to make sure this kid is get ousted of here. Nothing was done. I became an activist because, you know, if it happened to our kid who was raised to love with no malice in his heart,
nice.
I didn't want it to happen to anybody else without somebody out there that's going to protect them. So Stand With Us is there, protecting our kids, protecting the future of our grandchildren,
You're
teaching
so right.
people to be proud of who they are. We are Jews. We are proud of it. I'm Israeli American. I'm proud of Israel. There's no other country in the history of the world quite like Israel. And we're proud of the country we live in. America is a great country. I wish people would appreciate it. And it gives me a great pleasure to do the little bit for that country.
Well, it's a lot more than a little bit that you're doing for us and for so many organizations and for America and for Israel. So thank you, Nati.
I learned it all from my son learned it from my wife's family, who's been Zionist for many generations.
Are they from Israel? Where are they from?
They are originally from Arizona. That's where she's from.
Nice.
And they infuse that in our kids. And
it was the heat of Arizona that got them saying, it's hot in Israel too. We're co-suffering here. We got to help these other heat sufferers. By the way, first of all, this is a good time to just donate. Look at the number. It's on your screen right there. 424-320-3024. Click the Donate Now button. Text to give. Stand. The word stand to 345-345. And by the way, just one other correction. I said 3.55 million. We have to raise. That's what we have raised. So thank you so much. We want to get to 4. We're almost there. We're almost there. And then I got to get home to light some Hanukkah candles. So the quicker you call in, the quicker I'll be home with the kids and the wife. So we're just so grateful to all of you for what you're doing. And we're going to try to get the audio and video. It's a live thing. I've never felt like Jerry Lewis before in my life. We're doing a live telethon. So, you never know what goes on with the live thing. Should I do a bit for everybody while we're here? And then what? I'd love to do a little comedy bit for the people who are watching. Unless we're going right to what happened. Come in. Well, I think we have another call. More important than comedy.
Here.
Yes.
Leo David.
Okay.
He just called me. Leo, can you hear me? I put you on a speakerphone. Low tech is speakerphone. Can you hear me? Say something. Okay, you're in a speaker. I don't know if you can see it. Leo David just was able to raise David Winner from $75,000 to $100,000. From what?
No, he raised it.
He raised it?
He raised it. He told me 100. No, it's 120.
Incredible. Okay, 1 second. He's negotiating. The two Davids are negotiating.
No negotiation.
No negotiation. So how much is he raise his gift?
He has to match my gift, 120.
Oh, he has to
matching
match.
the 120.
He has
This
to match. 120.
Love
All
it.
right, these two guys together are Leo. Can I tell him how old you are? Because you look so young, and so does.
He's 6 months older.
He's 6 months older. Oh my God, unbelievable! How old are you, Leo?
94.
Leo is 94, and 94-year-old young, and now he raised David Winner, who's the sweetest man, right, Leo? He's one of your best friends.
Oh yes.
He raised him from $75,000 to match Leo David to $120,000. I want to tell you something that was not told. Leo, this David Winner has been in how many concentration camps? He survived 4 or 5 concentration camps. Unbelievable. Tell him we love you, and love him together. God bless the David. Huh? He okayed it? Oh, you're talking to him on the other phone. Okay. 1 second, he's going to say, okay it. All right, we're on live TV. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
He's speaking Yiddish. Ein echter Getuk. Okay. Was willst du?
Well, we have another very special guest. I love Steve and Rita Emerson. They have given so much. Every time I see them, I miss them. Like, that's the thing about doing this here in studio with 3 people. They're so warm, so kind. We have Steve on the line. I think he's got something for us. Nati, say hi to Steve.
Hey, Steve. Hi, Rita. How's the tandem biking going on?
Are you guys there? They're watching. I think they're busy watching. Steve, are you there?
I'm hearing something. Oh, no.
Maybe they turned on Netflix. They got bored of me, and they're not there. Steve, we'll come back to him then in 1 minute. We'll come back to Steve in a minute. All right, try to get him on the phone because we love Steve here. Steve and Rita, we'll be right back with you. We'll hear from you in a moment. So did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that Stand With Us has a middle school curriculum that is already in over 200 schools? It's called Israel Link, and it was developed by a team of innovative educators. Israel Link focuses on inspiring young teen students as they build their relationship with Israel, offering sophisticated content that introduces them to the Jewish historical ancestral ties to the land of Israel. It provides interactive ways for students to engage with the modern state of Israel. This year, Israel Link is engaging close to 5,000 students with this cutting-edge, learner-centered program. Over 450 educators have received training, support, and professional development. Let's hear from some of our teachers and students using Israel Link. Take a look.
My student and I love Israel Link because it is engaging and allows us to explore all the beautiful values that Israel embodies.
And I have a strong connection with Israel because I learned all about diversity in Israel on my Israel Link account.
I loved learning about how life in Israel goes, how the history of Israel, how it was created, all the amazing technology and innovation that Israel creates.
My students and I love Israel Link because it shines light to aspects of Israel like its inherent diversity, values, and culture that we are not exposed to in traditional curriculum.
Last year, my students loved the Kesher game, which really connected them to Israel history.
They're meeting people, learning how they think, seeing some of the great things about Israel's actions in the world, and that is just absolutely amazing.
I think we all have such a great time. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I love Israel.
Okay, so I think we have Steve Emerson on the line right now. Steve, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, I miss you. I miss not seeing you there in the Beverly Hilton.
Oh, we miss you too, and can't wait to hear some more shticks.
Thank you.
On behalf of myself and Rita, we are so impressed with the Emerson Fellows, now 125 strong, including U.S., Canada, Britain, and Brazil, that we are going to continue our $525,000 funding, and not only continuing it, but paying forward 5 years. So over $2 million that we're contributing this year.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Steve and Rita.
That's
you guys are
incredible.
the best. You guys are the
You
best.
guys are so unassuming, so effective. We love you. Thank you so much.
You too.
As opposed to me, who's just assuming. Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you. Thank you, Steve and Rita. Emerson, wow, that was incredible. So now we're going to take a look at this. Okay. By the way, yeah, okay. Just incredible. Did that make you call the phone lines to make a donation? If not, I am certain that this next segment will. It's time to learn about the legal battle against anti-Semitism. Join me in welcoming Stand With Us CEO and co-founder Roz Rothstein in conversation with the director of the Stand With Us Side-Off Legal Department, Yael Lerman, and the head of the Stand With Us Center for Combating Anti-Semitism, Director Carly Gamble. By the way, the center was inspired and created by our own COO, Jerry Rothstein. Welcome, Roz, Yael, and Carly.
Thank you, Elon, and thank you, Nati, and thank you, all of you, for being with us tonight. So when we started this organization 19 years ago, we saw right away that there was a problem on college campuses. Not that we went looking for it, it was actually students who came to us and literally begged us to help them solve their problems on college campuses with rising anti-Semitism. So we thought at the time it would be great to have a legal remedy, but of course we were young and couldn't do it. But years later, fast forward 12 years later, and now we have a powerhouse. We have the Center for Combating Anti-Semitism, and we have the Side-Off Legal Department, and we have 200 pro bono attorneys that are working with those two departments. And so it's extremely effective. So tonight we're going to talk to the two directors of those departments, and we are so grateful to you, by the way, for all that you do every single day of the week. Thank you on behalf of everybody. But Yael Lerman, let's start with you. If you wouldn't mind, tell us how we fight anti-Semitism using legal means on college campuses.
Thank you, Roz. I am honored to be able to do this work. It's so important. We continue to step up our game every single year. Since we opened this department just over 5 years ago, we have dealt with over 1,000 different incidents. Even during this pandemic, we've helped in over 300. It's not just the volume of our work that makes Stand With Us so unique, it's how we help. When there's a problem, every resource we have available is brought to the table, and we always return to the student or community member with a solution. No one who comes to us seeking help is left hung out to dry. We have internal Stand With Us staff experts in diverse legal specialties, research, writing. We work as a strategic team to bring about an empowering result every time. For example, just last week, we found out about a teacher who's been threatening to fail her Jewish and Zionist students. We've already initiated legal action. This is what we do. We fight back. We will not give a free pass to anti-Semitism.
Thank you for that. And I know that everybody out there is so grateful to you and to Carly for all the work that you do. We are indeed very grateful. You talked about collaboration internally and also with our partners externally. Would you care to elaborate, Carly, on how we work with our partners?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think there are so many situations that come to mind, but a recent one that I really think is a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of this collaboration is at Florida State University, where just a few months ago, a student Senate president was elected, and he had posted a number of blatantly anti-Semitic things online. And so working with our Emerson Fellow there at the university, we immediately engaged and collaborated with no fewer than 6 of the Stand With Us departments to make sure that students on that campus, especially the Jewish and Zionist students, were protected. We contacted the administration at Florida State University. We wrote to the governor of Florida. We wanted to make sure that they were aware of all of the issues surrounding this. We also wanted to make sure that they were clear on the anti-Semitism that was in these social media posts. We had student leaders working with our campus staff to respond directly to the issue on campus. So it was a joint effort with internal Stand With Us departments. And we also worked with partner organizations. And honestly, we came out with a fantastic, truly fantastic result. And that was this, that the student government at Florida State University passed a resolution expressly adopting the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism. President Thrasher at Florida State University issued a really strong statement blatantly condemning anti-Semitism and outlining a number of concrete steps that the university is going to take to address the situation. So, you know, this is exactly what you're talking about, Roz and Yael, in terms of the way that we see success at Stand With Us.
Thank you, Carly. Carly, we've done some work with Title VI, and people are confused about it. Would you mind if you can nutshell it for us, because there's confusion about what Title VI exactly is?
Yeah, you know, and it really is pretty simple. Title VI is just a federal law that helps to protect students against discrimination and harassment on campus. You know, maybe one of the most important things about Title VI, though, is that it has real teeth. And what I mean is that there are actual consequences if a university fails to protect its students against discrimination. And the consequence is that they lose their federal funding. So it's absolutely one of the most important legal tools that we have in our arsenal. And it's one that we're using right now at UCLA to address attempts at blatant anti-Zionist indoctrination. And you know, alongside our campus staff, the legal staff, together, we are continuing to monitor problematic activity on hundreds of campuses so that we can ensure that we can continue to use Title VI as necessary to help make sure that students are protected.
So the loss of federal funding is one thing, but we also know that universities care about their reputation. So the other issue of loss for a university when a Title VI is filed is this whole issue of reputation. So they don't want a Title VI filed at their university because also they want everybody to believe that all students are welcome in their student community, including Jewish and Israeli students. So can you, Yael, tell us a little bit more about other tools that we're using now in this fight against anti-Semitism?
Absolutely. Well, because of the pandemic, we are using every tool available to us like never before. First, I want to give a shout out to our over 200 pro bono attorneys in our network. You are key to our legal efforts. With your help, dedication, and brilliance, we can engage in litigation and file amicus briefs. Let's take Fordham University as an example. Fordham decided they didn't want to recognize Students for Justice in Palestine as a student group because they researched and saw that SJP brings divisiveness and hate to campus. Fordham didn't want that, so they rejected SJP, and SJP sued. Fordham initially lost in court and appealed. We filed an amicus brief supporting Fordham with the help of our pro bono attorneys. When Fordham argued the case before the appeals courts, they used the arguments our lawyers provided. We work with university administrations all the time. We bring anti-Semitism on their campus to their attention. We advise them on how to handle it, and when necessary, we hold them accountable. Universities must understand that there's a price to pay for ignoring or downplaying anti-Semitism. That's where we come in. Stand With Us is relentless until we see results. Same goes with employers, especially in professions where anti-Semitism can have truly harmful consequences. Take the medical field, where anti-Semitism is an issue of public health and safety. Recently in New York, we learned about a resident physician who posted violent anti-Semitic things online. We filed a complaint with the New York Department of Public Health, warning them that a doctor harboring these beliefs is working at a hospital where patients are predominantly Jewish. They responded by informing us we were the only ones to file a complaint, and our complaint provided them with the factual information and legal grounds to launch an investigation. At Stand With Us, we make sure that schools and employers are held accountable to their own rules and policies so that anti-Semitism doesn't spread under their watch, and certainly not under our watch.
Thank you. Any other tools? One thing I want to say that we're doing very aggressively is teaching students about what their rights are. In other words, one of the things we learned early on is that our students simply don't know what their civil rights are. And so we have to make sure that they know them, and we stick with them through the entire process of using the law to fight for their own civil rights. Carly, is there anything else you want to add to any other things that we have in our arsenal, any other tools we're using?
Yeah, you know, there really are two more key aspects of our work that I think deserve mention in terms of how we help to empower and protect students and others. First, we are working hard to help make sure that the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism is adopted on college campuses, including and maybe even especially within student governments. Through the same type of collaborative work that we talked about earlier, we've been active in providing legal assistance, working with students. And I just have to say, we are so proud of our Emerson Fellows who, along with their fellow students, have been really instrumental in helping to lead some of the campaigns toward the adoption of the IHRA definition that we're seeing some success already. And I just want to mention some of those students. They include Emily Kaplan at Arizona State University and Jacqueline Bludoy at City College. There's Chase Barnett at Northeastern University, Liaz Grunberger and Evan Weinstein at Florida State University that we just talked about, Jason Gardner at Liverpool University, Dom Kasoria at Lancaster University, and Yuval Ben Arzi at Warwick University. So you can see this is a global effort. And again, we really are beginning to see some success in this area. And so that's really exciting. And finally, thanks to the Mizell Family Foundation, Stand With Us is now able to offer monetary rewards for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of perpetrators of hate crimes against Jews or their property. And this is something that is really helping us to move the meter, to pushback to respond to and even to deter anti-Semitic activity. So you can see that there are a number of things that we have at our disposal and that we are using to fight back against anti-Semitism on campus and elsewhere.
Well, thank you to the directors of our two departments, which are so important to us right now, the Seidoff Legal Department and the Center for Combating Anti-Semitism with Carly Gamble. Thank you both for all the work you do every single day. And I want to give a special shout out to you, Jonathan Bell, because you work so hard and he's one of our full-time attorneys on staff. Thank you all. Thank you out there for supporting the legal battle against anti-Semitism and all the other things that we do. Thank you.
Truly effective, timely, and important work. I'm a huge fan of Stand With Us, and I didn't even realize all the things that they're doing each day to move the meter in the fight for hearts and minds and the battle against anti-Semitic bullying. Stand With Us is the powerhouse we all need now. Clearly, the need is here, and Stand With Us is exactly the right organization to do the job. Now let's check back with my buddy Nati and our thermometer. How are we doing? You got some more?
You won't believe it.
Oh, goodness.
Debbie, your family is coming through.
Yes.
Michael, your brother, came through during the week, and now we have a donation from Corey and Billy Grodnick. $3,600. We love you.
Thank you.
The parents are the most amazing two, Alexander and Jake. Love you guys. And Ken Lev Corporation. They've given so much money. We cannot even discuss it at this point. And they just raised their own amazing donation.
Nice.
By $15,000. We are looking now, just by the way, in case you're curious, at the $4 million mark, we have passed it. We're looking down at it. We wait, taking off.
Wow.
And last but not least, Al and Yochi Leibovic are good friends, amazing people, quality people. Al gave $25,000 on behalf of two of them, and then Yochi, not to be outdone, said, I'm going to give another $10,000 for a total of $35,000, but this is not, and that's not it, guys. It's like selling something. But wait,
there's more.
There is more.
Yes, what do you got for us?
They gave a $30,000 Prowler. Remember that beautiful?
Oh, they're the ones that donated
the yellow car that you shouldn't say. So come through, $30,000 together. It's $65,000, but we're depending on you to buy that Prowler. Only 9,600 miles on it. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Can we split
We've made it. Yeah. We can, here it is.
We'll alternate who gets the drive. We'll split it.
We'll split it.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll talk later.
Works for me.
Or you guys can bid for it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nati.
Thank you
so much
Love
to everyone.
Love you, everybody, audience from all over the world. Thank you so much.
Yes, everyone's given so much, and please continue. Let the Hanukkah Geld keep on coming in. So thank you.
You know where it's coming from,
Where?
Hanukkah Geld?
Where?
From the word guilt. If you don't give, you feel
you don't
feel guilty. I mean,
all
that's
right.
the way it
And
works.
again, thank you to our incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nati. And our sponsors, the Seidoffs and the Lettermans. Don't forget to check out the auction before it closes this coming Tuesday, December 15th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I'm sure we could all use a wonderful vacation right about now, people. I mean, we need to bust out of our houses, okay? But but not now. It's not safe yet, and only after you stand with us some Hanukkah Geld, and then wait a little bit, and then it'll be safe. But get yourself a new purse. You go online. There's so many auctions: the car, the purses. Anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you, this is very exciting, the world premiere of "Oh Jerusalem" by Joshua Washington and the Hebrew Project.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem, if I forget thee, oh Jerusalem, help me say.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem, if I forget thee, oh Jerusalem.
How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? How can we sing the Lord's song with shackles on our hands? But Zion calls to us, the of Babylon. There we wept and mourned by the rivers of Babylon. There they asked us for a song, but Zion calls to us, the city of our King. Come on, say.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates.
Everybody sing. Jerusalem, say. Jerusalem, say.
I forget thee, oh Jerusalem.
Sing it again, say. Jerusalem, say. Jerusalem, say.
I forget thee, oh Jerusalem.
Now everybody come on. Say it again, say. Let PHP say it. Say it again, say it. And now we're running. Yes, we're running. Come on, y'all. Sing.
From every nation,
From every nation,
every tribe and tongue, all of creation,
all of creation.
bless the Holy One.
Yes, we will. We will gather in that city, the tribes of Israel and the Lion of Judah. And all the world will tell. We'll tell the world, we'll say. We'll tell the world, we'll say.
I forget thee, oh Jerusalem.
Sing it again, say. Jerusalem, say. Jerusalem, say.
I forget thee, oh Jerusalem.
Now everybody say, whoa, say it. And the people of God say it. Say it again, say it. Whoa, say it.
What an inspirational song. I want to hear it again, but we don't have time. We don't have time. Thank you. Thank you to Joshua Washington and the Hebrew Project. Please help Stand With Us go into 2021 with strength. Help Stand With Us live the promise of never again. Thank you to everyone who participated in tonight's virtual Stand With Us Festival of Lights Gala. Remember, tonight's incredibly talented 9-year-old singer, remember her, Eden Contes? Oh, yeah. Stay tuned, because in a moment, Eden will sing a beautiful song written by Diane Warren, who's been nominated for, like 11 Academy Awards, which is like almost a dozen more than I have. It's called I'm Standing With You, backed by an orchestra with over 100 instruments. Thank you for standing with us. Get involved. Go online. We have conferences. We have material. Educate yourself. Join the movement. Thank you for being our wonderful partners. The phones will remain open for you. Call us, 424-320-3024. Happy Hanukkah to our Christian friends. Merry Christmas. And to everyone, happy and healthy. Healthy. Don't touch your face. I know as Jews, that's all we do. We're always like, ay, I don't believe it. Don't touch your face. See you next year, hopefully in person. Good night. Take a look at this.
When you're hurting, I want you to know that you'll never have to hurt alone. When your faith is running low, I'll never lose faith in you. When the night surrounds you and you think that no one cares about you, I will go and throw my arms around you. I'll be there through whatever you go through. I'm standing with you, and wherever you beside you. And when you think that all the odds are all against you, and you just feel like giving up, well, I won't let you. Through whatever you go through, I'm standing with you. I'm standing with you. We all got times when we can't be strong, when it feels like all hope is gone, but I'm right there, right to lean on. I'll always be strong.